Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and game 2 in a series between OGS's the STC and OGS Hero. Game 2 taking place on Shakuras Plateau, Hero spawning as the red Protoss player on the bottom left hand side. Meanwhile, we have the STC spawning on the bottom right hand side as the blue Terran. So Terran versus Protoss once again. And obviously they are spawning cross map, but they are spawning in between these two sets of destructible rocks. So I am looking forward to seeing whether or not these rocks will be taken down. It does allow for very easy access into your opponent's base. Pylon already being set up on the high ground, so it doesn't look like Hero wants to go for a low ground expansion or any fast expansion play. Perhaps just going to open up with the standard gateway, pylon, gateway, gas, pylon, cybernetics core build. Meanwhile, STC getting up that one supply depot will be able to set up a barracks here in just a moment, and now this game is now underway. So I'm looking forward to this as well. We currently have one supply depot now just lowering itself, and where is he gonna place that barracks, or is he gonna try to go for a very fast expansion? He may actually be trying to go for a fast expansion here. STC has not set up a barracks, and with that, he looks like he's going to try to save up enough minerals in order to set up a low ground expansion here. And it may get punished very, very heavily by Hero. Hero already moving out with one probe. The probe will be able to do some scouting. And now you can see that the assimilator has been warped into play. We should be getting another pylon up in just a moment. And now this SCV coming down over here, perhaps going to wait, yes, and now going to start building that command center. So STC setting up the command center, a 14 command center here on Shakuras Plateau. A very, very aggressive macro strategy, and we'll see if it really pays off. SCV now making its way over here, going to perhaps set up a barracks up in just a moment. Not quite sure why he's not setting it up on the low ground, as he will need to get that barracks on the low ground and those marines. And now in comes that probe. The probe already sees the command center and now sees a very delayed barracks. So we are going to get perhaps an early or an aggressive zealot trying to come into the base and trying to deal some damage. Command center still training up more and more SCVs here. And now we are training up that zealot. You can see its rally point is in this base, and a lot of damage could be dealt. It does take a little bit of time to walk that zealot across the map though. The barracks needs about another 12 seconds. The zealot should already be coming out, and by the time that barracks is completed, and now only 1 or 2 marines at most will be able to be trained. It takes 25 seconds to build a marine. So with those 25 seconds, he is going to also have a bunker underway. So the bunker takes 35 seconds to build. So that one zealot wants to try to get over there very, very quickly as possible. And now with 1 marine, perhaps even 2 marines down, the zealot will not be able to make the charge up on its own. That one probe now down over here, it will get shot down, trying to catch up to it, and looks like the probe will be able to get shot down. There it goes. And now the bunker has been completed. So the marine is going to jump inside that bunker in just a moment. There it goes. That zealot may be able to simply run by. Damage now already being dealt to that one zealot. The zealot now down to 26 hit points. A second barracks now coming into play here, and that marine is just going to start shooting at that zealot. The marine going to pull back a little bit, trying to get some damage, and that poor SCV needs to change its location, otherwise it will get destroyed. It has been destroyed. There it goes. Down it goes again. Another marine jumping inside that bunker. Poor zealot not being microed, going to get shot down. There it goes. Another marine now joining in, a new SCV building this barracks now. And now STC having a very strong economic lead, should be able to hold off. Now going for double assimilators as well, in addition to mass barracks play. There is one stalker on that low ground. So one stalker on the low ground could try to walk up this ramp, but for a while it would just be completely blindsided. 4 marines now making the trek down. Is it going to be able to shoot apart that stalker? Yes, going to try to shoot it, and now getting some damage. Oh, the stalker down to 67 hit points, and very, very nicely done, using that stalker's superior range and faster movement speed to try to kite some damage. And that stalker now down to 47 hit points, realizes it does need to return home. 47 damage, lost forever, as it has no way of being healed up. It will be able to recharge those shields though, and you can see how quickly those shields are currently recharging. A sentry now being trained up in addition to a robotics facility. We'll see if Hero tries to do a similar strategy as he did in the last game with a robotics facility, warp prisms, and sentries. There is plenty of room to do a drop over on this side of the map, but there are now a lot of barracks currently being produced off of what, 3 racks right now, and now being moved over as well. Are we going to get another tech lab? It doesn't look like we are going to be getting a reactor, so it may just be your standard Marauders and Marines off of no reactors. And now Marines making the trek down, going to be able to shoot apart this probe. That probe trying to run for its life, and oh, able to barely escape. Nicely done, hiding in the shadows for just a moment. 2 SCVs now returning back to work over here as this one probe, Hero, will be able to scout out that expansion to the north side. And no, he's not going to scout the expansion. He looks over here, doesn't see an expansion, and now the Marines are coming up. And that one poor probe, is it going to actually make it up the ramp? No, he's not going to be able to make it up the ramp at all. The Marines were trying to come around and block it off and prevented that probe from going up the ramp to C. STC has already nearly completed this command center on the top right-hand side of the map. Command center is pretty much done. Another factory, or I thought I saw a factory being built. No. Yeah, factory is now being built here. Saw an engineering bay for just a second. It doesn't look like it's being built. No, sorry, being built on the north side of his own base. And now we see a robotics bay being trained up. So robotics bay definitely means Colossus will be coming in. And Colossus with extended thermal lance range, a very strong and smart counter to mass barracks units. We also have that engineering bay currently being built, and it looks like it will be completed in just a moment. A missile turret, it's all it's going to take to reveal that one observer, and we should perhaps also see the weapons upgrade coming in online in order to help out those infantry units. We also have a starport in addition to a reactor, so STC already going to try to go for some very early STC going to go for some early Vikings, and now Zealots and Sentries just guarding that ramp. Marauders and Marines unable to charge up that ramp there, and the combat shield has been researched. The concussive shell has not yet been researched, and we are now getting the gravitic drive. So the gravitic drive, I believe, is the movement speed on warp prism. So we are going to be getting a warp prism in just a moment, but also training Colossus. So I don't know if that was a misclick, as we now see this expansion is going to get shut down. So Hero going to lose this expansion here. Stalkers and Sentries and Zealots now trying to come in. Oh, Force Field trying to come in. The Marauders are going to be able to stutter step, perhaps shoot down this one unit. Oh, shoot down the Nexus over here. He's going to be able to cancel it. Doesn't look like it, but dealing damage towards those Zealots instead. A lot of the Zealots have been taken down, and now some Stalkers as well. Those Marines trying to run away will not be able to, and in comes a Colossus as well to finish the job. Twilight Council now coming in as well, so a very wide variety of units coming in from Hero, and Hero doing a great job so far. He will be able to transition tech into a multiple number of options very, very easily. One observer now making its way out. Immortals also being joined in on the fight as well. In addition to that, addition to 3 additional gateways also being warped in, so that Nexus has been completed. Hero now running off of 3 bases just like STC, and STC, however, has 4 mules. 4 mules essentially mine at the same rate as, I believe, 24 SCVs, so that is going to become a very, very strong advantage, as now pretty much STC is running off of almost 4 bases. One Stalker staying close by this Onaga Watchtower, trying to gain as much sight as possible. A missile turret will be completed. That observer sees that missile turret being built. No AI on that missile turret on that observer needs to be pulled back manually. The missile turret is now completed, and that observer was spotted for just a moment. We do have 1 Colossus in play, so that Colossus trying to perhaps test the waters, trying to see if they can see up onto that high ground, see that there is a missile turret. Vikings are hunting for Colossi, but with only 1 Colossus there, if STC overinvests into Vikings, that is going to hurt him significantly. Another starport has been laid down, more Vikings still being trained as this game continues. There is a drop now over here, so Marauders and Marines quickly dropping into this location. Stalkers are focusing down those Marines and the Marauders instead of focusing down onto the medevacs. The Marauders and Marines are getting so much damage back and forth, and now going after the Colossus. The Colossus now low on hit points as well. Quickly dropping up. Are they going to be able to finish off the Colossus? Yes, down it goes. Nicely done for the exchange of 1 Marauder, but 1 Colossus has been taken down. A lot of gas loss, and now we see an army of Marines and Marauders on the move once again. They are upgraded 1-0, And now we also have more medevacs being trained. So triple medevacs now being trained. Another drop coming in. And that medevac, those marauders need to be very careful. And the marauders are already dropping down. This one marauder may get shot down. No, not shot down in time. There it goes. And now we have marines and marauders over here on the high ground, unable to deal any significant damage over there. Zealots with zealot charge now, finishing off those marines and marauders. But there is still this drop over here. Marauders now trying to escape. It looks like that medevac down to 25 hit points. Vikings in the air, not going to be able to do very much at all, as there is not any Colossus. So 4 Vikings now in the air, and now STC being very smart, transitioning away from Vikings and into medevacs, triple training them as well. We are now going into a Ghost Academy. So a Ghost Academy, obviously for Ghost, as you cannot train anything else off with them, and that Ghost with EMP, Shockwave, and Sniper rounds should be able to help out significantly, especially against that, the shield, and also some sentries and zealots, as Ghost also deal bonus damage against light units. Marauders and Marines now on the move. There are also 2 medevacs in the air. Marauders and Marines now trying to just warp up, and now we also have a lot of zealots currently warping into play, and now Stalkers, zealots are doing a good job of just trying to charge in. The Marauders and Marines are just trying to stay in a very tight ball, but the zealots are going to be able to get a decent surround now. Stalkers not getting a lot of damage. The medevacs may get shot down. No medevacs were shot down at all. Stalkers with Stalker Blink, though, able to zero in on that distance very, very easily. 1-4 Stalker didn't get the memo to leave, and is now taken down. But another group of Vikings now on that high ground, trying to fight back against these zealots over here. The sentries and immortals making quick work of those units, but now a group of marauders over here. So STC being very aggressive with just constant marine and marauder, now going after more of those units, trying to take down multiple probes, trying to take down some pylons as well. Stalkers trying to warp in or walk in, unable to deal that much damage, and now units warping in along the backside, no possible chance of retreat. Zealots, however, now caught along the wrong side of their own force field, so unable to get and unable to fight back over here. We have a couple Stalkers hanging around on the low ground, making sure that if another drop is in play, that they are ready for it. We now see more barracks still being placed down by STC, so STC still doing a great job. Hero still does not know about the expansion on the top right hand side of the map, but he is going to be setting up another expansion of his own. So Hero will be running off of 4 bases soon. These mineral patches should be mined out momentarily and then transferred off to the north side. One Zealot quickly running into some Punisher grenades. There are 1-1 upgrades now, and now we are getting an armory for the 2-2 upgrades and perhaps even 3-3 upgrades on those Ghosts, Marauders, and Marines. Immortals, Zealots, Sentries, Stalkers just hiding off by that Donaga Watchtower. It looks like, trying to run away now. Marauders and Marines are going to be getting some EMP shockwaves and now depleting many of the shields, but in come those force fields as those sentries did not get depleted. So Marauders and Marines now fighting back, but this is going to be a very, very bad fight for Hero. Hero not realizing that the Marauders could perhaps slow, and now the Marauders and Marines going to be able to finish off many of those Immortals. And now, very nicely done by STC once again with those EMP shockwaves, getting a lot of damage dealt, and now trying to make the trek out. We have some Immortals and Marines trying to fight back once again. A nice quick Stalker Blink. The High Templars do have enough energy for Psystorm, and now there are also a lot of medevacs here, so those medevacs can be able to heal up many of those units. Psystorm should be coming in just a moment on this ball over here, going to finish off that one photon cannon, and now, here's that Psystorm, stopping many of those Marines and Marauders. So much damage being dealt across multiple medevacs there. Zealots continuing their charge, able to get a lot of damage there, and now the medevacs are once again in full retreat. A lot of Ghosts now being trained, so 5 Ghosts now being trained. And taking a look back at the Ghost Academy, the Mobius reactor was not researched, so they are not going to have enough energy to do a Psystorm right off, an EMP shockwave right off the bat. Stalkers quickly blinking in to surround their target, and down it goes. One missile turret here, and now he has to be very, very careful. I did see Dark Templar now warping into play. One missile turret, and that missile turret will reveal those Dark Templar, but that is essentially it. Stalkers now attempting to take down these backdoor rocks. Another missile turret here. A bunker now being placed down as another medevac trying to do another drop, perhaps to try to snipe down this Nexus before it completes. Marauders now already coming in, and Dark Templar warping in right there. That Dark Templar is going to get perhaps a lot of kills onto those Marauders. So 1 kill already there. 2 kills, and now Dark Templar is just walking in all over the place. 1 missile turret here preventing that, and 2 Dark Templars now going after those SCVs. Gonna also try to take down these SCVs here, so multiple Dark Templars. How many kills can they get? It looks as though this Dark Templar getting 50 damage a swipe, able to take down multiple units and even more kills over here, so doing a great job with those Dark Templars, just getting tons and tons of kills, stopping the mining, interrupting the mining, and this Dark Templar already up to 16 kills, master level, continuing to just slice away, getting so much damage. Level 2 weapons upgrade before that Dark Templar has been surrounded by SCVs. And we still have 1 Dark Templar here trying to fight back, trying to take down this orbital command. Missile turret is going to be placed down and followed by a scanner sweep to make sure that that Dark Templar doesn't deal any additional damage. The backdoor rocks have been cleared. 1 SCV gonna just walk straight into the particle disruptors of those stalkers there. And now a large, massive army of medevacs with Ghost, Marine, and Marauder support. And now I believe no 2-2 weapons upgrade, just High Templar, and now a Warp Prism coming in soon. We now see Dark Templars trying to get even more kills here, able to get another 3 kills, finishing off multiple units. The Marauders, Marines, and Medevacs once again on the move, looking to fight and deal more damage. This 1 Observer quickly going to get shot down there. And now the Marauders and Marines going to make their way into this location here. The Observer is in place, doing another scanner sweep. Down it goes. There are some High Templar ready to get some EMP shockwaves. Getting a feedback there. And now getting a lot of damage. Psystorm and more more feedback being cast across multiple units. And now there's that Psystorm getting and softening up so many of those units. Zealots and Stalkers now coming in from behind. Stalkers with that blink getting so much damage. And Hero is just dominating right now. STC trying to use feedback, trying to use Ghost with an EMP shockwave, but just falling to the feedback, losing his medevacs as well. Just countering against brilliant Stalker Micro. We now have a Warp Prisms back over here, and this is going to be a very, very aggressive charge up this ramp. So with 1 Warp Prism, there's going to be a very, very large engagement here. Zealots now trying to engage. Marauders and Marines, both sides trying to fight, trying to battle it out. More Psystorm coming in, softening up this damage, and now a backdoor push as well. High Templars now trying to get some Psystorm in. Are they going to be able to get some damage onto perhaps some of these SCVs, as there's going to be a 2-pronged attack? A massive number of Archons now coming in as well. So those Archons trying to deal as much damage, continuing to push, and now we have Stalkers in the base. Zealots just waiting around, not doing much at all. Marauders, Marines, and Ghosts. Marauders need to run back in as well. We have currently, 3 High Templars. EMP Shockwave should be coming in just a moment. Psystorm should be coming in as well. Why isn't he Psystorming? I do not know. More units are fighting back, and there's that EMP Shockwave. Only 1 High Templar has enough, and getting a large number of Psystorm across multiple Marauders and Marines. Archon now currently trying to be morphed into play. Warp Prism picking up the Zealots, and now I'm trying to run away. Are we going to get a drop into this location here? The Warp Prism needs to unload all those locations, unload all those units, and now able to survive, and now going after those mules. Those mules are going to be taking a lot of damage, unable to mine any further, as there's another push into the base here. And there's the GG. So, wow. OGS's the STC losing to Hero here on Shakuras Plateau. Hero with very brilliant macro play and just engaging all over the map, different places, dealing a lot of damage, and just also had a brilliant spell usage between feedback, between Stalker Blink, between Psystorm. There wasn't much that STC could really do to try to fight back against that. He did have Ghost, he did have EMP Shockwaves in order to try to counter that, but STC just didn't have the map awareness that Hero did, and Hero was just completely able to counter STC. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 replay between Hero and the STC here on Shakuras Plateau.